Oh, hey, Mr. Russo.
Hi, Mrs. Gallagher. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. What are you reading there?
I'm reading Cornelius.
Oh, isn't that the book that you had from March Book Madness?
It is, but
Oh,
unfortunately, we couldn't even do our March Madness.
no, isn't that a shame?
Oh, I'm so upset.
But here's the deal. Because of modern day technology, we're actually going to do a Weston virtual book madness.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But you know what? Before we go on, can we all do our pledge?
Yes, let's do the pledge.
Let's do our pledge. Ready? I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the
to the
flag
flag of the
of the United
United
States
States
of
of
America
America,
and
to
to
the
the republic
republic for
for which
which
it
it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty
and
and justice
justice
for
for
all.
all. All right. So, Mr. Russo, I think we're going to do a virtual book madness to continue our March book madness, which kind of got canceled. But we're going to do a virtual one where the kids can actually read the books again online and take a vote, and we'll see which class comes out top as the champion.
Oh, I am so excited. I can't wait.
Right. So, boys and girls, we're going to send you out more information. And so check in with your parents and you can vote for the book that you want. And we'll see which book comes out as the champion book of our virtual book madness. All right. So,
Bye, guys.
yeah. Hello, Weston School. Do you recognize this bulletin board? It is our March Book Madness 2020 bulletin board hanging right outside our gym doors. Now, just as Mr. Russo and I discussed before, we would like to continue our book madness. You all have been working very hard and reading all these stories with your teachers and your classmates. And so we decided let's continue this book madness, but we can now do it virtually. So we will now begin, or actually, I should say, continue our virtual book madness 2020. Let's take a look at our back brackets. Here we have the blue division and the yellow division. Now, these 16 books have been read before, and if you've forgotten some of the stories, it's all good. You can go back and take a look at them before you vote again. And are you curious to see which books made it to the Elite Eight? Here we go. Mr. Russo's Cornelius shook the bones right out of the tournament with madness. Sorry, Mrs. Rutledge in class. Maybe next year you can boogie again. Who came out on top of the food fight? Well, it was Miss Vitrell and Mrs. Park's second grade class with secret pizza party. Sorry, Mrs. Carenti and Miss Bronze, the children chose pizza over spaghetti. Which creature made it to a spot in the Elite Eight? It was Thelma the Unicorn. Sorry, Mrs. Montanelli, class, and the Gruffalo. Better next time, hello. Which kindergarten class will be moving on? Well, I think Mrs. Capizio's class got 1,000,000 votes for their book. So I'm a little grouchy with about our book, and I guess I'll just have to get over it. Now for the yellow division, here's what happened. The dinosaurs didn't eat their classmates, but it did end up eating the donut. So sorry, Mrs. Molina and Mrs. Mitnick, but life is not sweet to Arnie and you will not be moving on. Which mama story will be moving on? Our secretaries, Mrs. Riga and Mrs. O'Donnell, the kissing hand, made their sweet move with the biggest love of all, a mommy's love. Which animal starting with the letter P made it to the next round? Please, please, please tell us. It was, please, Mr. Panda. Little Penguin, you were brave, but sorry, Mr. Ruffer, Mrs. Robinson, Miss Gallagher in class. You guys can waddle back now. And which pet creature found its way to the last Elite Eight spot? Mrs. Smith with her class's story, Can I Be Your Dog? They came in and asked, Can we move on? Yes, you may. Sorry, Mrs. Scanlon and class, but Wolfie the bunny cannot move on. So here you have it, folks. We have our Elite 8 books here. And so here's what you guys can do. I know it's been a while since you read these stories, and maybe some of them you still remember. On the email that Mr. Russo has sent, there is a form. So if you click on it, you can vote on it. Vote for the book that you like. So from here in the blue division, whoever is the next winner will move on to the final four. Same thing as the yellow division here. Whoever gets most votes will move on to the final four position. And then we'll vote again, and then we'll have the championship and see which book will end up right here as the champion. So you may find these books. Maybe some of you have it, and if you don't, no worries. I like to go back to YouTube actually, type in the title, and there's a lot of videos with people reading these stories. So hopefully you guys can find these stories online and have a grown up or maybe an older sibling to help you find the stories and read them again when you have the chance and vote for your favorite book. So we'll see which book comes out on top. The votes are due next Tuesday on June 2nd by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So take the time this weekend and just the next couple of days to check out the books and vote for your favorite book. I hope you all enjoy and happy reading.